Edit UV allows you to switch U and V directions, as well as to independently reverse U and V directions of flow on any number of surfaces. After the surfaces are selected, a UV tangent arrow control will appear at the center point of each surface, and if enabled, temporary flow lines are drawn on the surfaces. You can also use the propagate option to change all targeted surface U and V directions to match those of a seed surface. Reflow UV allows you to redefine the flow by specifying a rotation angle or new boundary curves. First, select the surface you want to reflow. Then, select rotation angle to place a rotation control at the center of the parent surface. The flow is initially aligned with the U direction. Select boundary curves to choose up to 4 curves to define the boundaries of a new surface to be formed over the existing surface. The flow is redefined by the shape of the new boundary curve. For more information on enhancements to Mastercam 2021, be sure to visit whatsnew.mastercam.com. In previous versions of Mastercam, you needed 2 operations to mirror geometry about both the X and Y axes using the mirror function. A new option in Mastercam 2021 allows you to mirror geometry about both the X and Y axes in one operation. Not only does the X and Y axes option create 3 copies of the selected geometry immediately, it also allows you to define a new axis origin by selecting a position on the screen. Additionally, we've added the modify commands remove and reset so that you can remove or restore any of the 4 instances of your transformed geometry. For more information on enhancements to Mastercam 2021, be sure to visit whatsnew.mastercam.com. You can draw a window to select multiple faces when you want to change the color of a set of solid faces. The Clear All function on the Model Prep tab now supports pre-selection, so you no longer need to reselect solid bodies when you reset faces and features to their original colors. Mastercam now applies the result color to entities that you modify with the following functions: simplify spline, break at intersection, break circle, close arc, spline convert to NURBS. You can now create point segments on multiple entities with the point segment function by using the new chain option. For more information on enhancements to Mastercam 2021, be sure to visit whatsnew.mastercam.com. Mastercam makes it easier to create text for notes and labels by adding many of the capabilities of the Create Letters function into the Note function. Additionally, Note's redesigned function panel gives you improved usability, more options, and increased control. Note is the preferred method of creating text for notes, labels, and toolpath geometry. There are 2 new methods you can use to place your note in the graphics window. Point positions the new note in a linear direction and enables the Create Arc functionality. Create Arc uses the selected position on screen as the center point of the text as it rotates around a circle without requiring wireframe. Curve lets you position the new note on any selected line, arc, or spline. Use your cursor to reposition the note text by clicking and dragging it along the entity. New options in the function panel are available so you can easily modify the formatting and alignment of your text. Some examples are the new editing buttons above the text editor that you can use to control the style of the text, and the new presets buttons that let you quickly position the text relative to the base point. On the new Advanced tab, you will find options to add simple or segmented leader lines and to convert your text to chainable geometry when you exit the function. You can also associate your note to a plane, point or curve, or leaders. The redesigned Note function supports notes from prior releases of Mastercam with some limitations. You can edit legacy notes in Mastercam 2021 with the same capabilities that were available in previous versions of Mastercam. You cannot use the new formatting buttons on a legacy note. However, if you update a legacy note to a new note entity, all of Note's new editing capabilities are available. To convert a legacy note, select Convert Legacy Note in the function panel. Mastercam's Analyze Entity function indicates if a note was created in a previous Mastercam version by updating the title of the dialog box with the word Legacy. For more information on enhancements to Mastercam 2021, be sure to visit whatsnew.mastercam.com. Mastercam 2021 has the power to recognize complex hole geometry, including intersecting and non-conventional holes, in solid bodies with no history. Once Mastercam discovers these holes, you can use the new expanded options in the hole function to save your custom holes to a template for future use. Additionally, you are no longer limited to our default styles. You can create any style custom hole as needed and save it to a library for reuse in the future. Use Mastercam's Add History function to detect complex holes in solid bodies. Simply select Hole Operations to find all holes within the range of minimum and maximum radius values that you enter. Mastercam creates an operation in the Solids Manager for each unique detected hole style. If the automatic detection does not return all the holes in the solid body, use Manual mode to select the faces that will define the hole. When you choose this mode, Mastercam disables the minimum and maximum radius values and accepts selections where the interior diameter of one section is larger than the sections that adjoin it. Mastercam will process all adjoining faces to create a hole operation. Single face and window selection are available in this mode. In the Solids Manager, Mastercam creates a custom hole operation for any hole that does not match an existing hole type already found in the part. You can edit this operation just as you can any other solid operation. Double-click any custom hole operation to open the Hole function panel. Each part of the hole can be modified by adjusting the dimensions in the Hole Style section of the panel. You can also save your custom hole dimensions to a library, previously called a template, so that it's available in future sessions of Mastercam. You can even convert your standard holes into custom holes, which populates all the custom hole values with values from the standard hole. You can then add new segments to the converted standard hole as opposed to creating a hole from scratch. Powerful new options let you modify custom holes after their initial creation. Use the new Add Segment option to add a new row or line segment to the bottom of the custom hole grid. Right-click on the first column of the grid and you can add segments and features such as chamfer. In this version of Mastercam, you can now use any history-based solid function without adding history to the file. Unlike solids that have histories, solids without histories do not have to be regenerated each time you edit them. To activate this mode, select the Do Not Create Model History option on the Advanced tab of the history-based function you are using. Once you activate the option, it stays selected in all history-based function panels. Just as if you were to apply model prep functions to a solid with history, if you modify a solid with history while you are in this mode, you will remove all the solid's history. The option is disabled in existing solid operations in the solids tree. To change the default setting of this option, select Do Not Create Model History on the solids page of the System Configuration dialog box. You can now select holes of the same diameter on multiple bodies with one click. Select the Allow Multiple Solid Bodies option on the Basic tab of the Hole Axis function panel, and press the Control key when you click the desired hole diameter. All holes that match the highlighted diameter in the body, as well as in any other visible body, will be selected. For more information on enhancements to Mastercam 2021, be sure to visit whatsnew.mastercam.com. When you created geometry in previous releases using line endpoints, line perpendicular, arc 3 points, or arc endpoints, Mastercam projected the second endpoint to the system's z-depth unless you snapped it to an existing auto-cursor point. The new Automatically Determine Z-Depth checkbox keeps any new non-auto-cursor points at your first endpoint's auto-cursor depth. Automatically Determine Z-Depth is not available when you work in 2D mode. If you use the multi-line method to create lines, Mastercam will keep the new point at the depth of the previous auto-cursor position until you select another auto-cursor position. The drag mode functionality that was previously introduced to the divide function is now available for trim to entities for all methods except auto, fillet entities, and chamfer entity functions. As you drag the mouse, Mastercam performs the function on the wireframe entities your mouse encounters. If you complete a sequence by releasing the mouse button, you still have the option to use the controls on the Quick Access toolbar, or Ctrl+Z and Ctrl+Y, to undo or redo your actions. The Small Arcs function panel now incorporates the functionality of the Drill Point add-in. The Drill Point add-in has been removed from Mastercam 2021. Point Small Arcs is located under the Point Position drop-down on the Wireframe tab. For more information on enhancements to Mastercam 2021, be sure to visit whatsnew.mastercam.com.